YouTube channel. My name is Cocoinholland. So I have these awesome tulips today. So every time I do a YouTube video, I will basically have flowers because I really love flowers and pretty things. Today I wanted to talk about my trip to the US, how I actually got there, and the visa process, places I went to, and just the entire trip. So we're going to first start off with why I went to the US. Yes, actually, there's this person I met who I really like. We spent some time together in Düsseldorf and really built a very nice connection. So this friend of mine actually invited me to the US, and he was like, you just need to come. And I was like, yeah, I mean, just being there, he's actually from the US, so going there would be nice. And also being in New York, I mean, he lives very close to New York, so just being in New York is been in my bucket list. Seeing New York is just one of the things that I always wanted to do. So I definitely said yes, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go. I haven't been on a trip since my dad passed away, so it was really an amazing trip, and I'm so grateful that I went. So because I'm a South African citizen, I actually didn't have a visa to go to the US, so I had to do the application. So when you actually apply to go to the US, you need to fill in a DS-160 form online, and you apply, you fill in all the details. I will link the YouTube videos that helped me with this entire process, because if it wasn't for YouTube, I would have probably paid a travel agency 500 euros. That's how much they were charging me for the entire process until you actually get to the appointment. So in the US, you need to actually go for an interview in order to go in the country. So it's not that easy. You need to pass that interview so that you can get your visa, and the visa is valid for 10 years. So that is so nice. Like, the travel visa is called the B1 visa, and it's valid for 10 years. So it's something that they don't just want to give lightly. They want to make sure that you won't misuse it. So basically, I didn't want to spend 500 euros, so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do it myself. So I filled in the DS-160 form, and after that you pay the amount, and then you have to basically set an interview date. So we were talking around like December about me going to the US. So I was looking to book the interview date at the embassy, and the date I got, you won't believe it, I actually got a date in May. Oh my goodness. When we saw that date, we're like, oh my God, that is so far. What are we gonna do? So as I'm always positive. I knew that, you know what, I will get a sooner date. I was like, I'm definitely gonna get a sooner date. And I just waited and I kept on checking on their website if they had like new dates. I just kept on checking, and then bam, this one time I was just trying to rebook my interview date. I got a date in February. Can you believe it? So then I got to go for my interview in February. Guys, I was so scared. Before you go for your visa interview, you need to prepare documents. You need to prepare documents that sort of confirm what you put in the form, in the DS-160 form. So if you said, I'm going to be staying in a hotel, you need to bring hotel bookings. If you say you're going to fly in January or in March, you need to sort of have like a trip itinerary and share everything, like who you're gonna visit, if you're going there for work, just the norms for a visa. You just have to have your documents. You need to prove if you can financially afford it, and have that as well, and just prove that. So I had all this documentation. You need to have employment. Yes, I finally entered. People stand outside. In this embassy, you don't wait inside. You wait outside until they call you one by one. And then you have this line, the short line inside. And that's where they're basically interviewing people. And they interview you twice. So you go in and they check your passport, everything, and then they start asking you questions like, have you ever been to the US? Was your visa ever like denied? Which countries have you visited? So I've been to so many countries. So I was like, yeah, I've been to like almost like 12 countries. And they ask you, okay, which countries? Yeah. So that was like the first interview. And then the second interview, whoa, that was the real interview. I didn't know that two people actually interview you. So for me, while I was standing for the second interview, there was actually this guy there, and he's a YouTuber. And guys, they denied his visa because they kept on asking him like, what kind of work do you do? And he was like, yeah, I just do YouTube. They denied his visa. And there was this other lady there, and apparently like she lived in Syria, and apparently like the US and those countries have beef. So if you are from any of those countries, they deny your visa. It's crazy. Like I saw two people being denied while I was waiting for my visa interview. So I thought, I was very nervous, but at the same time I knew like, I have a job and I have my own place. There's no reason that they have to deny my visa. But also like seeing other people's visa get denied, honestly, it was a bit like scary. So I went in and the guy was like, hey, where are you going? I was like, I'm going to New York. Like so excited. I was like, yes, that's where I want to visit, in New York. Then he asked me, what do I do? I told him, yes, I am an engineer. Not an engineer, no, but I have a job. And then that was it. And he was like, yeah, congratulations. So simple. While I had all these files, but I looked really good. Like I was just formal, looking nice. And that's how my visa appointment went. So then immediately after, we booked my trip. Oh my goodness. I just booked my trip with Delta, like the return, and I was gone for 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks. I was so excited. So yes, we're gonna talk about me landing and actually traveling to the US. This was so exciting because I didn't know what to pack. So normally when I go for a trip, I plan, but this time I didn't really know what we're gonna be doing because my friend was like planning everything. So the only thing I could do was just plan outfits, which I love. So I had like all these outfits. I even had a whole Pinterest with all my outfits and all these ideas of what I was gonna wear. And it was like so cool, right? So I had this big suitcase filled with shoes and clothes. Mind you, I still wanted to shop in the US. So I don't even know why I packed so many clothes. But you must always be prepared as a woman, I think. You must just always be prepared. That's crazy.